going on, everybody? Back again here for Rolling Out Music. Your host, Malik Brown, of course, here at Rolling Out Music. We talk to some of the hottest artists doing some of the hottest things, man. And today, look, y'all already told her. I've been waiting for this one. I ain't gonna lie, I've been waiting for this one. I've been seeing this stuff, man. Look, I'm a fan. I'm a fan. My boss gonna be mad I say that, but look, I'm a fan. Look, today, I'm with Bree Style. What's going on, Bree? What's going on?
Yes. Thank you so much for having me. You did say you've been waiting on this. I've been waiting on it too. It's such a pleasure to be here. Shout out to Rolling Out for having me.
For sure, Bree. Man, how you feeling?
I feel good, man. I feel good. We're in album mode. The project is done. So my energy is really high. I'm really excited and really excited to share it with the world.
Is Bree gonna drop an album before Drake responds?
Ooh, he's on the clock. He's definitely on the clock, and mine is ready to go. So I'm really giving him, the rollout period to give him, a chance to kind of catch his breath because we've heard all the responses. So
all of them.
It's time for the smoke.
Did you listen to some of the We Still Don't Trust You?
Yes, and I enjoy that. It's actually more my vibe. Like, I like R&B, rap, but I love me some R&B. That's why the project's called RnBre. But I wasn't gonna get through the double album, but I did hear what I needed to hear. And they are assembling. The Avengers are assembling. So he better, I hope his pen is working.
It's really Drake against the world right now. It's crazy. It's crazy.
It is.
But Bree, you say you in album mode, of course.
Yes.
That's why we're here.
Yes.
Tell us, I mean, the process, everything. How's it feel to be in album mode?
Man.
First album, right?
Yeah, this is my debut project, RnBre. And it feels really good. I feel like it came together really quickly. I actually finished all the songs within I'll say a 4-month period, but it was 2 months and 2 months. So I did most of the songs. I probably did 5 or 6 songs in March or April of last year. And then I did the last 2 in December. And then from then it's just been planning the rollout and things like that. But it's really exciting. It feels like I'm putting all of my talents, kind of combining them. We're talking about the Avengers. I feel like I've been assembling myself my whole career. And now it's just all of that. You put it in a pot and it equals rapper. And so now it's just me representing myself to the world in that matter.
Sure. So when I first met you,
of
course it was, athletes, everything like that.
Yeah.
And then of course last year, I can't remember, but I think you were teasing it.
Yeah.
You were teasing it for a minute.
I
didn't know what was going on. I was like, I don't know what she's about to do. Y'all have a lot of stuff going on.
No, I do.
And then you dropped the song.
Yes.
You dropped this song. Love Song.
Yes.
You dropped Love Song. When did you know, when did you know that you were gonna transition? Did you always know or
No, I had no idea. It actually came out of nowhere. So, after basketball, I went, straight into radio. And so that's what I'm thinking. Radio was it. I knew I liked speaking and I knew I liked writing. And so radio had allowed me to do those things and meet all my favorite artists. I'm meeting them every day when I come in. I'm like, oh wow, this is where I want to be in the entertainment industry. So it felt good. And then the pandemic happened. And so I had the time to really think. And during that time, I really got to know myself. I literally answered some core questions about who I am and who I wanted to be. And then from there, I started at The Athletic in the New York Times in sports social media, which was right up my alley. And I wrote a piece for us about my experience in AAU with, the Lexi Browns, the Diamond DeShields, the Kayla Davises of the world. And after I wrote that, one of our best writers, shout out to Marcus Thompson II, he called me. I don't even know how he got my number for real, but he called me and we had a long conversation and he was telling me basically you're a really, really talented writer. And randomly somewhere in the middle of that conversation, he was like, yo, do you rap? And I was like, when you're a kid and you figure out that you like to write, that's one of the first things you do. So I had tried it as a kid, but I was basketball heavy. That was my focus. That was my bread and butter. So I had never really explored rap as a teenager and even as an adult. And so when he said that, a light bulb kind of went off let me circle back to that. And I wrote a freestyle. I wrote a freestyle to Blow the Whistle by Too Short. And I was like, no, okay, this is something. And that might have happened I'm not sure when that happened, but later that year, I didn't move on it yet though. I just knew, okay, that's you're good with the pen.
You dropped Blow the Whistle first, then you drop.
Yes. So this is how we got to there. So I wrote Blow the Whistle, and I still didn't know. I knew this is something, but I didn't know you're supposed to be a rapper. Yeah. And so God will speak to me in random different ways. And so the producer, Hitmaker, he had a tweet go viral at the end of 2022. And the tweet was basically saying, like, I can't wait till there's a female rapper that's not all about, you know what I mean, sex and, you know, scamming and whatnot.
Right.
And so I was like, hold on now. Like, one of the best producers in our generation is saying, hey, there's a lane and a need for what you could possibly provide. And so after that, I was like, okay, we need to get information, and because now's the time. Like, clearly he's saying now's the time. So that's how it kind of like, okay, that's how it happened.
And you dropped because you dropped the video too. You dropped all of that.
Yeah, so first came the video for Blow the Whistle, and then almost immediately after that was Love Song. Love Song came in June of 2023, June 7th. So I'm coming up on a year of being a rapper, really. And Love Song was my first song I put out. It was crazy. I think that's a really impressive song for somebody's first song ever. I'm just proud of the storytelling I was able to get off, and the beat, like just the whole concept of it. For it to be my debut out into the world, I was really proud of it.
Definitely. I mean, Love Song, I mean, you started off with, you know, I feel like I have a better chance at getting shot than getting, you know, people shooting their shot at me. Like,
that's hilarious.
And that's real. That's real.
And that's how I was feeling. It's like, all right, well, we're coming up on summertime. I'm trying to be outside, and it's like, all right, like I do like rap. But I feel like when you're in the midst of a good DJ, he's able to put you in certain pockets. Like, he's going to take you to New York. He's going to take you back down south. He's going to give you some house. He's going to make you get up and dance. And I felt like we were missing that in Atlanta. I felt like it was all trapped out, out. And so literally Love Song was me being a solution to my own problem. Like, dang, if I went out, what would I want to hear? Like, and I just made a story out of it. So
how, I guess, was there any anxiety for kind of bringing it up? Like, how do you think people will react to it? Like,
I didn't,
especially the lane that you're going into. Like you said,
I know it had to be like, bro, what?
Like, everybody, I mean, because during the time when you talk about it, like, of course, Sexy Red was blowing up.
Sexy Red, City Girls,
music, City Girls, all that stuff. So you in this lane, but you doing it a whole different way. Like, how? What were your thoughts? Like, anxiety, all of that. Like,
I didn't really give myself enough time to think. After that Hitmaker tweet, because I had spent some time kind of like, oh, I don't know, before that tweet came out. But after that tweet came out, it was like, no, you have to move now. And I knew that anxiety is something that I suffered with so bad throughout my years in basketball. I knew that if you give your chance to sit and dwell in your own mind, like, you're going to procrastinate forever. It's never going to come out. So I just hit the gas, didn't give myself a chance to think about it. And a lot of that came from the confidence that I spoke about earlier that I found during the pandemic. Like, once you know who you are, you don't really have to wait for anybody else to validate you or say, hey, this is dope. Because when I wrote that freestyle, I said, oh no, this is dope. This is dope. We might have to do something with this. And so I think that was a major lesson for me. And it still is, even now that I'm preparing the rollout and I'm putting the album out. Don't give yourself to think. Like, I'll have my content pulled up and be like overthinking the caption. It's like, bro, no, just go. Like, put it into the universe and let it do what it's gonna do, because I have the faith. Like, I do have the faith. So you just gotta run with it.
Sure. Who are some of your I guess inspirations, like favorite rappers?
Ooh, man, it's a sensitive topic right now.
Oh no, you about to say Cole, huh?
I'm not gonna lie to y'all, man. This is a sensitive, like, I don't think he thought about
he did it.
The fire that he was putting us as fans under. Like, now when I tell folks that he's my favorite rapper, they looking at me like you stick it? That's your final answer? Like, do you want to phone a friend? Like for real? So, but nah, like, you know, jokes aside, that is my guy. J. Cole has always been my favorite rapper. He's the rapper that I got to see become a superstar. Like, I got on him early. I remember being in high school telling people like, hey, you need to listen to this guy. Like, I was literally championing him, and to watch him become who he ultimately did, that was really, really inspiring. And then he was also spitting my life, you know what I'm saying? The basketball, the being good in the classroom, all that. It was just like, that's me, like, you know, and so to speak. So definitely J. Cole. As far as, you know, the type of music I like to make, I would say Missy Elliott is definitely a really, really heavy influence. As much as I don't be outside, I love to make an outside record, man. I do. And so, Missy Elliott for sure. Stevie Wonder, you know what I mean? All the love song makers, a Babyface, like anybody who's just constantly has love, like, on their heart and flowing from their pen has definitely been super inspirational to me.
Sure. You know, you say you've been in for about a year now. I guess, what have you learned about I guess the business side, I guess
Mm.
promotion, all of that stuff that goes into just not the song,
Yeah.
but everything behind the scenes.
Yeah, no, that's a great question because through the process, the making the songs was the easiest part. I was like, oh, I can do that. Like, I can do that again and again. But I would say the hardest part for me at this moment in time, and this is why I think timing is so important. Like, there's an extreme shift happening in the music industry, and I think that's perfect for me. I think a lot of people would hear that and be worried, but I think that's a moment for, you know, the real creatives to kind of push through. And I'm excited to kind of find my lane in that. But I would say that the thing that I've learned is the only thing constant is change. Like nothing is going to ever be exactly how you think it's going to be. I think your ability to be creative and adapt is super duper important. And then relationships, like that's what I'm finding is super duper important. Relationships, like the relationships that I built through basketball still matter. The relationships that I built through radio still matter. Like my relationships at the Athletic, my family, my friends, my support system, it all matters. Like at the end of the day, you take all this away, like what's going to matter is you and me. You know what I mean? So that's definitely one of the biggest lessons that I learned throughout this whole thing.
So after Love Song, what did you drop? Was it Flex? After
so
that,
yeah, I dropped a little 2-pack. So I was being super hasty, right? After I did Love Song, I did like 4 or 5 songs back to back, and I was like, the project is done. Like it's ready. Like like I legitimately was gonna drop 4 songs and then just be like, put that out. That's cool. So right after Love Song, maybe a couple months later, I want to say 2 months later, I dropped Flex and I dropped What Huh. 2 different records. Flex is definitely more of a party. Like people say they listen to it in the gym. It's more of an upbeat, a kind of bouncy record. And then What Huh was just me rapping. Like that's the kind of record that I put on when I get into the car in the morning. Like I call it my go get money records. like my go get money records. Like you put this on, like you get in that mode. So I wanted to drop 2 of those to let people know that hey, Love Song is not the only type of vibe, because Love Song is super different. It doesn't sound like anything out, I think. But I wanted to let people know that hey, I can also do like your traditional rap kind of modes too. So I dropped those 2, and then I dropped Hear Me, which is the second single off RnBre. I dropped that earlier this year in January.
Yeah. So and going back to Love Song, like you said, it's a very different song.
Yeah.
It's a very different vibe. Do you feel like, I guess, in today's music, there's an influx of like drugs?
Yeah.
Money, gotta get this money.
Yeah,
like,
scamming.
Where's the positivity?
It's all bad. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's all bad. Everything that I hear was so unlike me. And I think that's really why I had really fallen off of listening to rap. Like, of course I listen to, I'm a blog era baby. So all those guys I still listen to. But as far as like finding new rap, I had kind of lost my drive to do that. And then with growing up also. But all the rap that I would hear, especially outside when I would go, it's like, man, this is not my vibe at all. Like I would never be on this type of time. This doesn't come up my playlist. I'm not putting this on in the car or nothing. So and then this is another area where I say again, I'm collecting those infinity stones because I have Free Game, which is my nonprofit organization where I work with student athletes. And so wherever I'm at, I want everybody to feel comfortable. I want parents to feel comfortable. I want children to feel comfortable. I want my peers. I think I'm somebody that everybody can kind of relate to in a way. And I definitely knew that was missing as well. Not only just positivity in the music, but that extreme lover girl, lover boy mentality is missing out there. And that's definitely a lane that I feel like Drake had mastered for quite some time. And now that he's fallen out of it, we really haven't seen that anymore. So that's definitely the type of time that I'm trying to be on, and that's just what I'm on in real life. Like I'm not an angry person, bro. Like I can't get in the studio and be like,
angry and
crash out. I'm like, bro, no, I kind of like him. He's a nice guy. Like, you know what I mean?
He's a good guy.
It just didn't work out. Like, you know what I mean? That's not the end of the world. So yeah, I definitely wanted to put that side of the story out there. One thing that's really important to me is balance. I'm a Gemini. And so I think it's really important that both sides of the stories are told. And, I'll take responsibility on telling the other side.
That's the first time I've heard somebody mention being a Gemini and like it was positive.
It was fly. We get a bad rap.
Every time I hear something about a Gemini, it's bad. Like, it's always bad.
People give us a bad rap, and they do that only in the sense of they look at it as two-sided or two-faced when I look at it as twins. Like
Yeah.
it's two sides of a coin. Like, it's yin and yang.
Yeah.
It's, I do strive to be that balance in any room that I walk in. If the room is kind of dead, I'm gonna liven it up. If the
Yeah.
room is already lived up, I'm gonna chill.
That's
Like,
true.
I'm gonna just
That's
come in
true.
here and do what it do. So I always like to think of Geminis and balance, man. They give us a bad rap like we're crazy. But when in reality, you missing a whole side that you're not acknowledging. And I'm just here to present it to you.
I was talking to DJ Infamous like a
Yeah.
couple weeks ago, and we were talking about
Flex.
like basically there's some rappers that just like are microwaves. It's like they're just there for the moment. Like
Okay.
they just want the moment. And then there's other like artists like they really bout it, like they grind, they like work hard.
Yeah.
How do you kind of, and when I think of microwaves, I think of like when stuff just blows up on TikTok. Like you hear about it for like a week or two, and then it's like, all right,
I feel that.
It's a TikTok song. That's what they call them now.
Yes, literally.
How do you find that balance? Because it's like when you think about social media gets you a lot, like a lot of stuff now. Like and you can get paid off of social media,
Absolutely.
but you also want to keep, your integrity. You want to keep. How do you kind of find that balance as an artist?
Man, it definitely can get overwhelming, and it's something I had to take a step back and realize like what I was good at. So for me, social media has kind of always been there, right? Like I can do social media, but I'm not a social media person. Like if something that I should be doing right now is vlogging more. Like I should be capturing my moments, but that's something I don't do. You know what I'm saying? I'm just an authentic. I just move how I move. But what I did notice before I started rapping and even after the fact is that like my ability to connect with people in person is unmatched. Like I've been performing pretty much immediately after I put out Love Song, I started performing. And every time I perform, like there's people that walk up to me and say, hey, that resonated with me, or hey, you have something special. And the ability to build those connections has built my confidence up to the point where I can't allow myself to get worried about online. Like the way I see it, if the online popping off, if that happens, it happens. But I think it'll be a result of the work that you put in the field. Like you really got to get outside. And that's where I find my confidence. Cause it's like, all right, what the numbers are telling me doesn't really matter if 8 people just dap me up after I performed and they're like, hey, I feel that. Like you can't, you know what I'm saying? One is invaluable. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely a tricky thing to kind of balance because social media is so daunting. And like I said, when you're not that kind of person, it feels like the weight of the world is on your shoulders. But I use it as a compliment. I use it as a compliment to the work that I'm actually doing out in real life.
I love that.
Yeah.
Where do you, I guess, find your inspiration for the songs that you make? Like, do you just wake up one morning and you just like, it's something on your mind? Like, I mean, you talk about your own experiences. Like, how do you kind of, I guess, form your music?
So it's come in a couple of different ways. Generally, I listen to a beat and whatever kind of vibe the beat gives me, I kind of go off of that and be like, man, where would I be listening to this? Okay, this sounds like a car record. And then I try to make something that I would like to hear in a car. But for example, Love Song, I had the hook already. I thought it was going to be a way slower record than it ended up being. I was like, DJ, I'm just trying to hear a love song. It was real slow. But then I heard that beat and I was like,
it's different.
We might have to get up and dance. And so from there, the story kind of just came about. And like I said, that was from a real life experience. Like, man, I'm just not enjoying the music out here. But all the other records, I would say we're super heavily influenced by the beat. When I hear the beat, it's just like, oh, okay, it puts me in a mode, it puts me in a setting. And from there, I can kind of craft stories. A couple other songs that I've written, it's like, okay, I'm specifically writing about this situation. Like I just went through something, somebody, rubbed me the wrong way. I write it out. I've definitely done that. So it's come in a couple different ways. Yeah, that's my diss record. That's something that I would look forward to. I think a diss record. I think that's so fun. Like I think
it seems fun.
It does seem fun, but it seems like it's a lot of pressure. But I think I'm built like that. So
for sure.
But yeah, no, I definitely taken my real life experiences. That's why I'm excited for people to hear the project because it's real. It's real stuff that's happened to me. I'm also saying a bunch of stuff that I would never say in person. So that's also like that's the Gemini for you. Like it's definitely very balanced. Like I have to get this off because I'm a rapper now. So it's just I would say my writing is definitely guided by both the beats that I choose and then just my life, like just living.
So what should people be expecting from the album? What should we be expecting?
Man, people should be expecting one of the most incredible debut projects that they've ever heard. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, the bars are there, the melodies are there, the storytelling is there. Um, I wrote everything on the album. I picked all the beats. And I think it's something that feels good. I think we're missing feel good music, and I kind of made it my mission to make that specifically. And so I think people can, be inspired by it. I think if you know me, I would expect you to um kind of take a look at yourself after and say, hey, what do I really want to be doing? Like, because I just be out here doing whatever.
Yeah.
So I hope people know that, like, there should be no limit on what you're trying to do in your life. Like,
Yeah.
you can do whatever you want to do. So expect good music. That's what I'll say, man. Expect good music.
When was the last time you think there was like actually like legit feel good music? Where do you think that era or like that moment stopped in like the music engine?
It would have to be pre-pandemic, right? Like, it would have to be pre-pandemic. When I think of feel good music, I think of fun. I really think back to
Yeah.
college
True.
and like Ray Srimmer and like Future, like, and it was just fun. Like, it
Yeah.
was fun, and it was still rap.
Yeah.
But I haven't heard a record like that in some
Yeah.
time. So I think the pandemic definitely played a role, not only in music and the business of music, but in us psychologically. I think a lot of
For sure.
people are way sadder, got way less money, like way more problems after the pandemic. It got kind of bleak there for a second. So I'm hoping to bring that energy and that vibe back. But to pinpoint a specific moment, I'm not really sure. But I would say definitely when I was in college, I remember feeling just like, man, like, life is, anything's possible.
Everybody always like, it seems like everybody's just in sync. When I just be on Twitter, they be like, yeah, like 2016 summer was like
Oh man,
the best summer ever. Like,
that was a
all
good
the
summer for
music
me.
dropped, and like I was like, dang, you're right. Like, literally, that was a great year.
That was one of the
a
best
great
years of my
summer.
life. I'm not gonna lie to you. And like, people, I know it's a running Twitter joke, but I'm just like, man, like,
It's real.
it was pretty legit. Like, I was having a blast. So yeah, you take me back then, and just the space that people were in and the amount of music that was coming out from our favorites that was
True.
really good music. I think we haven't been on a run like that. And maybe we didn't realize how good we had it then.
Yeah.
Because a lot of those people were much younger, you know what I'm saying?
True.
Like the
Very
Coles
true.
of the world have, started families and things like that. And they're
Yeah.
just in a different space now. Rihanna's not even making music
Yeah.
anymore. So a lot has just changed. And so I think a lot of those superstars kind of fade into black a little bit, has left a lane for people like myself to kind of push through. So I'm excited for the opportunity.
Oh. What does the perfect freestyle song look like? I mean, who we got on the feature?
Ooh.
Who's the producer?
Wow.
Who's directing the music video?
That's actually something that I have not thought about, but I'm gonna make it happen right now. My perfect song. So I got 3 words that I'm using kind of to describe RnBre, right? So it's fun, it's fly, and it's flirty, right? So we're gonna have a good time. So I think production wise, Timbaland knows how to give a good.
Oh, for
Like,
sure.
I think like
sure.
head sprung. Like, I'm
sure.
thinking in that kind of lane. Like, we're up, we outside.
Yeah.
So Timbaland writing, producing. I would think, I've written everything myself so far. But as far as a feature goes, that's a good question. So for RnBre, I wrote 2 records on there, and Mari Graham's R&B singer is featured on both of those. And I do like how male R&B singers compliment me. So I would say like maybe like a Bryson Tiller, but like fun Bryson Tiller,
Yeah.
like hype. So somebody like that. For the record that I sent you the other day, it's called It Girl. Yeah. It's a summer vibe. So like, with me, I like being outside. I like, fun energy. So for It Girl, I'll probably do like a pool party. But for my perfect record, it might be like a house party vibe, something really, really fun. So yeah, I just like to have a good time. I think music should be fun. It should be exciting.
Sure.
It should make you feel something. It should make you get up and move. So that's my perfect record, is something that does those things.
Sure. I guess you kind of already said it, but what does fun look like for Bree?
Man. Fun for me is anywhere that is over 75 degrees. If there's palm trees around.
Yeah.
if there's good food, if there's good conversation, if the cuties are in the building, that's a good time. I'm in my bag. If all those ingredients come together, I'm in my bag. Like I'm having the time of my life.
What does fly look like?
Ooh, fly looks confident. It looks like confidence. It looks like you know who you are when you walk in the room. It looks like you not being a jerk because you know who you are. You know what I'm saying? Fly is not cocky. You know what I'm saying? Fly speaks for itself. It's not necessarily a certain look. I think it's a feel. Yeah.
Okay, you already know what the last one's gonna be. What does flirty look like for Bree? What does that look like for Bree?
So I will say, like, I'm a great flirter. I'm hilarious first and foremost. Start there. But I like wordplay. I like banter. If you can't keep up with me, like it's usually not a good time. Or I'll put the pressure on, like turn it up. I like flirting so subtly that like kind of only we know what's going on. Like, that's my bag. That's my bag. So anytime, and that's kind of probably why I don't be outside like that, because I don't think I'm gonna find my ideal match. I can't have a conversation with you if I gotta scream in your ear, like I'm not that's not a situation for me to succeed. I gotta if I feel like if I have a conversation with you, I have a chance. So that's flirty to me.
So if you don't be outside,
yes,
our Breeze DMs open. Here we go.
We are always taking applications.
Hey y'all know what to do.
Serious inquiries only. What they be saying? Link in bio. Serious inquiries only. We are accepting applications now through summer. So if it's anything that interests you, feel free.
Please.
You know, if you have any questions, I'll be able to clarify.
Frequently asked questions.
No cap. Scroll down to the bottom of the page, and all those questions are answered for you. But if not, reach out via DM, and we can get you squared away.
Oh my god! Breathe. Look, before we go,
yes.
Here, rolling out music, we try to see if we can get anything from our artists before we go.
Okay.
Freestyle, couple 16s.
Okay.
Bars,
do I have a beat?
I can give you a beat.
I don't think
you
I
know
want
what's
you to
funny?
give me it.
OJ the Juice Man came and
I seen
did
that.
a freestyle.
I seen that.
Some dude in the comment was like, "Bro, you're not gonna give him a beat? That's crazy." I said, "I just let him do it."
That's a fact. I think giving him the beat would actually have been crazier because I don't know.
Yeah.
And then doing that for a long time, you don't know how long he's been in the freestyle. So you like, man, if I mess up this beat, I might throw up his.
He was already out. He was like, "Hey," I was like, "All right, shoot, he don't need me."
Shout out to OJ the Juice Man.
Shout out to OJ.
Let me see. It's kind of
so.
hard.
Do you need a beat? Do you need a beat? And if not, you gonna go acapella? What is it? Or I can find a beat or something.
Oh, I have a beat.
Oh, please. Oh,
okay. We can. All right, let's do that.
Hey,
let's do that. Let's do that.
You know better than me.
Let's do that. I can always do that. Let's do. I like this Doja Cat.
Okay.
It's called Ouchies from her latest album.
Okay.
Let's see if I can get the beat pulled up. Ooh. Let me see. Of course, it takes 8 years. Of course, like only naturally. Like it's pulled up and everything. Okay, there we go. All right, let's see. Oh.
And we gotta go back to step one, y'all. We gotta go to step one.
It's the process. This is the part they don't show you. This doesn't make the.
This is the part cut. You gotta edit out.
Yeah, no cap. Like this is crazy. Does it not want me to?
There you go. Are we good?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah. This beat is nuts. Doja Cat called Ouchies. RnBre is out this summer, man. Y'all tap in with me. Here we go. Hey. London on the track, snapped on this beat. Brief in the rap, put the track down 6 feet. Smoke that mesquite, pour that whiskey. If you show that blicky, no, you better not miss me. If you coming with the beef, no, I want that crispy. Put shawty on a tee, make a Kodak memory. All cause you wanted likes on the gram. Now your fam go funding your life. I'll be damned if I'm not just the nicest at writing on planet Earth with the words. I'm like Mike Miss with Janet, but with no scandal. It was planned like the president giving me the pipe. Yeah, it's handled. Bree on the beat might get dismantled. Then roll up some tree, light me a candle. What I supply the streets is in demand. Ain't got to be a genius to understand. You see, I be the greatest when it's said and it's done. Like Drake said, give it 10, I'll be the relevant one. Like I'm better than Sun, more clever than Hun. Drop hits in a row like a Marilyn Munn. In the bath, getting tweets off like Reverend Run. My awards knock like the campaign, your Reverend Run. I'm politicking with the freaks and the nerds. Hit of nerve, guess the flow is too sweet for dessert. I am her, spitting raw like sushi on your shirt. I am her, like I'm making you sing to my words. BRE is HER, and if I ain't the GOAT yet, then I can't be far for real. Hey.
Oh my God.
Hey, you know the deal. Hey. Yeah, RnBre is out this summer, man. May 2024 RnBre, man. Y'all check it out.
RnBre, y'all get it, y'all. Make sure y'all get it, man. Let the people know the date again. Let the people know the date. So it's coming May 2024. I will let you know on the date. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at brestyle.mp3. That's BRESTYLE.mp3. I'm gonna spell it right now. Practice that. brestyle.mp3 on Instagram, man. It's coming again May 2024. RnBre, my debut project, is out. Appreciate you so much. Man, RnBre in the building, Brestyle in the building, y'all. Look, I told y'all I've been waiting for this one, y'all.
Yes,
we got it done. Bree, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Man, we're here supporting you rolling out. Thank you for everything. Yeah, man, go crazy. Keep going crazy.
We got to.
Keep going crazy.
We got no choice.
Ain't no choice.
You locked in, twin. Thank y'all so much.
For sure. Everybody, thank you for checking out Rolling Out Music. Your host, Malik Brown, my special guest, Bree Styles, and we are out.